One, two, 1, 2, need my attitude. 3, 4, 3, 4, check my latitude. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that.
Hello, hello. And if you didn't know, it is Wednesday. Because I was unsure of that a little bit ago. I forgot it was Wednesday. But how are you doing this morning?
I am good. So many different things happening and just moving around. So it's a good Wednesday. I have a few things planned after this. I'm excited.
Well, that is good. That is good. When we first started talking about this topic, the initial concept is let's talk about spending money. And that's funny, right? Because we all want to spend money. But I'm going to lead off the conversation really quick with it's happened my whole life, really, because I've always been like a go to the movies person. And people are like, why do you waste money on the movies, right? Why do you waste money on, popcorn? Why do you waste money? Like just watch it when it comes out on video back in the day, or watch it when it comes out on Amazon now, right? That type of thing. I don't think it's a waste of money. I love the feeling, right? I want to be in the theater. I want it to be on the big screen. I want to watch Jurassic World on IMAX. You get my point? Like make it like roar at me. So to me, the value, right? That $15 ticket and the $5 popcorn or whatever I'm getting, right? The value I get off of all of that, the joy, is way worth it. Right. This last week, we went and saw Disclosure Day. I'm not getting anything off recommending it. Go see it if you have a chance, or wait till it comes out on video. But it's a great movie. It was worth it. Okay. Just my partner and I went, and it was probably with popcorn and this and that and whatever, because, I wanted my own drink. I don't share well. And all of that. It was probably a $40 adventure just to see one 2-hour movie, but it was worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I used to live with somebody who, they purchased every board game under the sun, right?
Sure.
And that was they didn't have kids. They spent their money on board games, and they had friends, and we all played games, and that was their passion. That was what they loved to do. And we're talking like $50, $60 on a board game. I also lived with somebody who purchased big TVs. Right.
Oh, yeah.
And because of that experience, it's, if I can feel like I'm in the movie theater at home, then I'm going to, right. And it's interesting because that's how people get to express themselves, is by those experiences that they want. And I love the idea of I go out of my house, which I work in. I work in, I sleep in, I watch children in, I don't leave. So let me go watch a movie. Let me go experience the IMAX. I remember when the IMAX came out, and we were like the first ones to see IMAX, right? Like nobody ever expected that to come out. So I think that those experiences, they're well worth it. And back then the IMAX was more expensive than a regular movie.
Right. Yes.
Now they're the same, right? You go, you see the IMAX, it's the same.
Movies are just expensive all around.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean? Like,
and so that's kind of like that, back in the day, that was the splurge, but now it's not a splurge, but it is the splurge to get out and leave the house. And if you have kids, it's a little bit extra because you got more kids to go with and more tickets to buy. But that
I'll tell you about our adventure to see the first Wicked.
Ooh.
I took 4 kids with me. It was a bad decision just going there. Go on.
I think we need to hear about the 4 kids watching Wicked.
Well, they were all old enough to watch, you know what I'm saying? So they weren't like scared, but I had only ever taken like 1 or 2 kids with me at any point in time to a movie.
And they were your kids.
Well, yeah. So one of the 4 were. Do I hear something?
I think so. I bet if you can, then yeah. I'll have
Oh,
to make
okay.
sure that doesn't happen again.
Anyway, so but 4 kids was expensive as all get out. So anyone out there who has 4 kids that you take to the movie, oh my goodness gracious. Kudos to you. You are an angel. I don't even know what to say. I don't care if they're all your kids or like me, I took 3 nieces and nephews. But it was a treat. They are all lovely children. None of them are watching, so it's okay. I would tell them to their face that at least one of them was not lovely that night.
Right.
So anyway,
That's funny. Well, and that's, that's the thing. What's the experience and what do you want to do? And
okay, nope. I am not crazy. Do you have somebody else in the house?
no.
I am hearing somebody walking around.
I thought that you were hearing the litter box because it did a thing, but it stopped doing the thing.
You don't hear like some thumping? No?
I hear it coming from you.
No,
Like
it's
when
not
you
from
hit
me.
when you hit your desk.
No. All right, so Dominic, when you watch this, I want you to tell me what you're hearing, if you're hearing anything. Because if it's just in my
And it
headphones, he's
sounds
the
like
only
your
one that
hands. No, do this with your hand. See that? I can hear you. I can hear that.
Wait a second. I know what it is.
Are you on the wrong mic?
Nope. Give me 1 second, and this will be funnier and crap. Hey, Ferna. How you doing? I'm not actually in the room, so I will be back in a little bit, okay? And I'll say hi to you then. All right. Thanks. Bye. I had a room open. So I heard somebody talking. I am not crazy. I heard somebody talking.
I'm like, I hear thumping. Yeah, I hear like the padding of on your side, but
No, that's fine. Yeah, like my keyboard, I don't know if anybody cares, but my keyboard is like a really like thick it like push down keyboard like a regular typewriter. And everybody hears it, but it's fine. Okay, I am so sorry. I thought I was losing my mind. And I thought I was going to just have to go to the mental health center while on this call. But I do not have to do that anymore.
no.
So, all right, back to our topic. What were you saying before Sarah lost her mind?
What brought this conversation on, I've been kind of stuck at the house and I've been spending money on cute things for the house. Do you like my little signs?
Yes.
Ooh, they're so fun. But on just things in the house that really make the house feel cozy and make it, livable, but also I want to get out of the house. And so I invited somebody to go do something. I said it was my treat, is this good for you, blah, blah, blah. And they asked, well, don't you think that's expensive? And back in the day, I probably would have said, yeah, it's expensive, and I wouldn't have done it. And so my response to them was, I have learned that if experiences are expensive, then I'll never have them. And, so you have to really look at, like you said, Sarah, what value does this bring to me? What is going to be what this experience is? So it's $100. You go make a lamp, a mosaic lamp. You got all the colors because they have them all there. If you were to order a kit online, you'd be like yellow kit, blue kit, right? And I can go through and I can look at all of the colors and pick my own colors. So there's a lot of different things that I can do by going to this. Plus, like Sarah pointed out, Brittany should not do any arts and crafts by herself. Definitely needs supervision.
Well, and when you go to something organized like this, though, especially if you're doing mosaic for the first time, right? If you're a pro, sure, you could go in. Now, I don't even a pro. Let's go with your third, fourth time going. You know what you're doing. But if you've never done mosaic before, especially if they allow you to cut the glass, this could be like you have to know what you're doing, right? And having somebody there makes that dollar amount a little bit more worth it, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So I'm really excited. It's going to be fun. And they signed on after I said, hey, if we, you know, if every experience is expensive, we're not going to do anything in our life. So I think that was a really good thing. But I think that that really flows into us and into as business owners, into, you know, because even as business owners, there's times where we don't go experience life because we're like, oh no, we have to work, right? We don't
Yeah.
go do things because we're like, oh no, we have to accomplish this. Or we overload ourselves with, we need to meet as many people as possible to build as many connections as possible. And so we start to really focus and hyper focus in different areas. And, you know, Sarah, you and I have always told people like 1 day a week, 1 day a month, make sure you have your spot, your quote unquote spa day, right? Make sure you're getting out, make sure you're doing those things. But also with your business, don't look at something and say that's expensive and I'm not going to purchase it. Look at what the value brings to your business.
Right.
Sarah made a great example of, you know, the out there, there's a lot of $400 social media and website kits and CRMs that you can get together, you know, but some of them just give you what you could get if you just get a Wix account, right? Like,
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? we 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 need to research the value it brings to us instead of just trusting the value somebody else tells us it is. So I agree that you should get recommendations from friends and colleagues and things like that as you're building your business to say, "Hey, try this," or, you know, can we do a share screen so you can show me the ins and outs of what something does for you?" But if you're a small business, right? Don't let somebody tell you that you need this big frou-frou thing. Da, da. For a hot minute, use Excel, you know, use free Google Sheets, use the things that you have. And then when you get to that point where you actually need something, do the research and find the value that something brings to you, because you want something to take away your time, not add more work. And Brittany, you know this. You've been in situations with people, working with people where you're like, you're spending 10 hours a week managing a CRM that's supposed to help you.
yeah.
Like, what are you doing? If it's causing you more heartache and more frustration, what's the value in that?
Yeah, exactly. And look at, you know, okay, I need a CRM. Great. Go try the free trials. Utilize those free trials. Look at
Mhm.
what flows for you, because everybody works a little bit differently. If you ask me to try CRMs, I'll be mad. Sarah and I all both have like our specifications of what are we doing. And so when we get into something, and you as a business owner and you as somebody who uses the computer, doesn't use the computer, you're going to get into a free trial and immediately you're going to know whether you want to use it or not, because of how easy it is for you, or
Yeah,
how
that's a word.
navigatable it is. So you really want to look at that space of, what does this bring to me? What's the value? Yes, somebody told me the value of a CRM is that I can have all my contacts in one place. I can email them easily. I can, you know, this is the list that somebody said is my value point for a CRM. However, does this specific CRM allow me to navigate that value point? As well as
Right.
their list, maybe only 3 things on that list matter to you. We have somebody who has a CRM just so she can email people. That's it. She pulls their stuff from one place, puts it into another place, and emails them. That's all she does with it. And that's phenomenal. So when you can look at how robust or how little do I need this to be, that's your other bonus point.
Yeah, you have to consider those things. It's I don't have a true list of what brings value to something because that's an internal list, right? That's your own either internal business or inside of yourself list, right? Because the things that I value, whether it's personally or from my business perspective, the things I value are not going to be the things you collectively, the you of the world values, right? Now, some things we might have in common, right? I might find that CRM that has something in common that I need for my business. And that's great. Or I might find somebody that loves to go make mosaic lamps with me. I've never made a mosaic lamp. I've made other mosaics, but hey, Terry, happy Wednesday to you too. But if I guess the first step with this is determining what you do value. And if you're not 100% sure, if you can't look at something and say, that is something that I can use or whatever, take a moment and reflect. Sometime this week, just write down the top 3 or 4 technologies that you use. And I'm going to go generic there, right? And say everything from, am I a PC person or a Mac person? I don't know. I've never tried a Mac. I'm a Mac person. I would never go back to a PC, right? But why, right? Do you know why? Not you. You don't have to answer per se. I'm saying the people listening, like if somebody's like, oh, I could never do Mac. Have you ever tried one? Right? You don't know for sure, but also that's the same thing like you said with CRMs, right? I don't think there's a try a MacBook 2-week period. Apple should probably implement that. Like you can rent one for a month and just see if you like it. I don't know. That would be something that they should do.
It's a $1,300 piece of equipment. Go try it.
You get my point, right? And try not to sell it while you're having your trial period. Okay, so, but you get my point. Like, yes, that's an extreme thing. We're never going to make that happen.
But here's the thing. They do have Apple stores. Go hang out in an Apple store. Go play with the toys. Go engage with the toys. Apple talks to Apple. So if you're somebody who's like, I want my smartwatch, I want this, I want this, I want that. If you like your gadgets talking to each other, get it. If you like your device to be smarter than you, get it.
But there's definite pluses to having a PC also, right? The fact that you can have exponential space, right? Not on the cloud. We're talking you can add exponential space to a PC. It's hard to do that to a Mac and all of these things. I'm not a tech person, but the point of this though is
Sarah's the Apple person. I'm the PC person, just so everybody knows. That might help you personalize.
Well, I like the fact that when I get on my watch or my phone or my iPad or my computer, everything is everywhere. So if I save something on my MacBook, I can literally bring it up on my phone. So I'm just saying it's good, but I'm not selling for Apple here. It's expensive, back to that value thing. So if you need a computer for your business, start with a PC because it is the more economical version when you're first starting out with a business. But back to like bringing this whole concept to the CRM conversation or any technology conversation, you need to write down, you need to know your values. This is the same thing as a value statement for your business, a mission statement. If you don't know what you're doing for your business, you're not going to be successful. And if you don't know what your values are, the things you value in a tech piece of technology, you're never going to find the right technology for yourself.
Yeah. And here's the thing. There's, your website, your CRM, your booking calendar. All 3 of those things might be tied together in one space. They might have different areas, right? You can get most of those things in a few different areas, but you can also look at what does this look like for me to have it separately and my CRM, what do I need? Like we said, we have one person who sends out an email. They send out an email twice a month. They're able to rebuild that email from the same email every time. Super easy, super send out. But if you're somebody who's like, I need birthday reminders. I need this. I need that. I need to make sure that I have addresses and I'm mailing to people and then maybe a different program is better for you. Or maybe that program is good for you and you use more of the robust settings that it has, right?
Mhm.
And so when you're looking at a CRM, know, what do I need to do with my customers? What is that flow that I have to have? When you're looking at your website, where do I want them to go? How do I want them to do this? And so each individual thing needs its own value. And that sounds like a lot, but it's going to make your life a lot more manageable because you're aware of what you're trying to accomplish. Do you see the
Yeah.
cattail?
Oh, yep, I can. Just the end of it. But yes, 100%. And like we've said a couple of times, try the free things first, or the things that are included. And that's kind of what I mean. So I pay for Wix. My website lives on Wix, so I pay for Wix. And there's a lot of good free stuff. Like, I love Wix invoicing, right? Like, it is super simple. It is super easy. It's fill in the blank. You can send off an invoice. I adore it. And you can set up it so it'll invoice somebody once a month. You can set it up where you just do it manually. Like, there's so many options with invoicing. I love it. And I could list all the other things, but I wanted to say one thing I love before I get to the one thing that's starting to drive me nuts. So I use Wix's calendar thing, right? Their version of Calendly. And while it works fine, I say fine, it is so hard to manage on the back end. Like, every time I need to make a change, I feel like either it's changed its name, like they've updated it or something, or moved where I'm supposed to click, or it's just hard, like, to change the availability. Like, I feel like it's hard.
Yeah.
And so unless I can figure out a better way, like, I'm missing something with Wix version of this, I'm probably going to go back to Calendly at some point. But I cancel my Calendly because I'm like, well, this is already included. Calendly's only what, $15 a month or something. I don't remember, but it's under $20 a month still for Calendly. And there's even a free version if you just want one calendar option. But I need at least 3. And so it was like $15, I think. But I'm like, it's already included. I'm already paying for a box over here. Why don't I try to use that box? And I have given it all I can. Okay. So if people from Wix are watching, I'm switching probably to Calendly by fall, if not before. So, but it's that, what's the word I want? Trial and error. You have to try something out before you know if you don't like it.
Yeah, and I've tried using Wix for the events, right? And then we found, oh, Sarah, what did we find?
We found a lot of things on Wix events. I mean,
No, what do we use for the event page? What do we use for events? Why am I
Go Brunch?
not Go Brunch where we do events, but the Luma. No.
Oh, Luma. Yeah, Luma.
Yeah, Luma. So for having calendars, we started using Luma because different things made that calendar very a struggle to find for people to easily flow and do things like that. So you really want to look at what's out there. And sometimes you might not find exactly what you're looking for, but you're going to find something that's close-ish and that will work. So utilize things that work for what you need in life, for sure.
I agree.
And don't be afraid of the extra 15, because if you're spending hours of your time to make something work, then you've already spent that $15 after the first hour of struggle, mind you.
That is something to consider. And I think we should talk about that just a little bit, because it is something that Brittany and I have talked about over the course of the last few years a couple of times, but we both also struggled with this a couple of times over the last few years. And that is defining your hourly worth, okay, or your package worth, whatever the concept is. What are you charging people for your time, right? And what you need to think about, and I joke with my teenager sometimes, I'm like, look, you're not worth my time today, right? Because you can't, like, trust me, you cannot pay me enough to deal with whatever your teenage crap is today. But we all have an hour value, right? And you need to figure out what that is, because when you spend an hour trying to figure something out every week, not the first hour, right? Like everybody has their learning curve for a new software. But if it's every week, you're like, oh my God, I have to spend so much time to make this work. I'm mentally stressed when I'm done with it. Da, 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 da. And your time is worth, and we're going to go with easy math here, $100 an hour. And it takes you 2 hours a week to manage this. That's $800 a month that you're missing out by not doing work for someone else who would pay you.
And not
doing work,
the exhaustion of it.
Yes.
Once you spend 2 hours frustrated inside of a program, 9 out of 10, you're going to turn off your computer and you're going to go somewhere else.
So it's even more time.
Now you're losing even more time. Or if you're sitting at your computer because you're like, oh, I have a meeting. Now you're coming into a meeting with aggression. Now you're coming into doing work because, well, oh, shoot, it's, I spent the last 2 hours doing this. I was supposed to do this for this client. And now you're doing a project with aggression and not with appreciation, right? Or not with that intent of getting these, doing these things, and you're feeling rushed. There's a lot that happens when you live inside of frustration or inside of, well, I have to manage this for whatever reason. Whereas that $15 that takes you into an easy space a month, sometimes, yes, I get it. That $15 does not come in the bank easily. But when you have it to where you can manage it, because that aggravation is going to be not the lack of
aggravation.
Yeah, sure. The lack of aggravation is going to be better for you. So
in these last couple of minutes, I just want to clarify, because I know that there's probably a few people, well, I hope there's a few people that watch us, but if you watch this far, what I don't want is you thinking that, like, I said $100 an hour because it was easy math, right? Because I was going to be multiplying it and all of that. And Sarah at 9:30 in the morning on a Wednesday, math is probably not happening very well.
Especially because she didn't know it was Wednesday.
Since I didn't know it was Wednesday. I mean, yeah, math on Tuesdays is the worst. I mean, okay. So my point is that everybody's hourly rate is different. So if you're starting out, say, as a virtual assistant, and you're just starting out and you're like, yeah, they could go to a virtual assistant company, for lack of better terms, and get somebody for $10, $15 an hour, your rate, because you're more of a concierge concept, could be $20, $25 an hour, but you wouldn't do that $100 an hour, right? The $100 an hour would be a little bit of a different position, a different company. So I do want to clarify that entrepreneurs are not those people you see on Shark Tank every day, right? Those are the amazing people who got a business that far. Some of them not so far if you watch it. But don't compare yourself to someone else in other fields. If you're going to compare yourself against people that are in your own field. So like if you're a virtual assistant, compare against virtual assistant companies. Because if they're at that $15 an hour, you can't say I'm $100 an hour. Most people probably wouldn't pay for that.
Yeah, exactly. So you really want to be, but also $15 an hour if you're doing social media, or there's specific things that if you're charging $15 an hour, raise your prices. Try your best to not put your value under $20, $25. It's hard at times, but at the same time, that should be the minimum. I'm sorry, but that should be our minimum wage across the board anyways.
No, it should. But I want to live in reality and not necessarily, you know what I'm saying, with people starting out stuff. Because, and again, Brittany and I started there where, like, when I first started anything related to HR, I was doing resumes. I was literally spending hours writing somebody's resume back before AI and ChatGPT, right? We're talking like 20 years ago. And I was charging $25. I would meet with you for an hour, write your resume, do one set of edits for $25. I still cannot even, I don't know why I
more
agreed
than
to
ramen.
Well, this was like my side gig, right? Like, so it wasn't the primary money coming in, but it was not worth it. I was making I was minimum wage in Michigan. I couldn't even tell you how much it was at that point, but I know I figured it out, and I wasn't even making minimum wage. Yeah. Because on average it was taking me about 4 hours, right? And it was 25, like, yeah. So value your time, value the technology that you're using. And we'll get into this maybe on another
that it took to get there.
Yes. And maybe we'll talk about this at some other point, but like defining those values, right? That value statement, defining the why behind your doing it, and all of that helps you become a better business and a better business owner.
Yep, exactly.
Final thoughts?
I love it. I think that is a beautiful ending. Thank you guys for joining us.
Wonderful. I'm Sarah with Off the Beaten Path Consulting.
I'm Brittany with BizStorming.
We'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.
1 2 1 2, need my attitude. 3 4 3 4, check my latitude. I like that.